I mean, if you're a Bears fan, you're thinking forward progress. Come on.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abaticola on 312 Sports.
What do you say we talk a little football, some Chicago Bears, some NFL, some things to do, a lot of news and notes around the world of the NFL and football. We'll deal with the serious stuff or the more serious stuff perhaps on today's DBU. If you're interested in Roger Goodell and what he should do regarding one of his owners who's a creep and dealing with a creep. And if you want to talk about some other stuff, here we are. Hello, let's go.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You're wearing the shirt that if you were on a football field would make me absolutely crazy thinking I see a flag.
Yeah, every time.
You're just one penalty flag. That's what you are today.
See, but if I lean in though and we're together, we're very Michigan.
Yeah, wow. Oh God.
Is that the right one?
Hail to the conquering heroes,
Is that it? Okay.
the backup school, dee.
Why is Michigan a backup school?
Always was rolling admissions. That's where you always got the mission, because that way you knew you could go to college.
Oh, okay. So it was a backup school for you.
Yes.
Got it. Ooh, what if you had gone to Michigan?
I would have gone gladly, and I know exactly who my friends would have been and where I would have lived. Trust me, that's an easy one. I would have had an awesome time.
That's a no-brainer.
I would have gotten a great edge. That's why it's always great, because Michigan was rolling admissions, and you would send everything. But you always to have that. I remember where I was when they called, and I remember how gratifying it was to know good that I'm in. I'm going, and I could get excited about the possibility of going. Really get excited about the possibility of going there.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd have been a fun time for you.
Oh, yeah, it would.
But alas, you ended up at Duke.
Yeah.
Or Drake. Where did you go?
And it was fun. It was great. How about my guy? How about Judge Kelly yesterday weighing in, coming in hot, coming in strong. I always love to see TK.
What did he say?
I just can't believe that it's the same dude, but. I don't know. I'm going to piss people off, but
all right. All right. Hey, I want to follow up on yesterday. We talked about this Halas Harbor, this proposition from the great city of Portage, Indiana.
That I described as a stunt, because it came off like, hey, no one's talking about anything. There's nothing in sports news. Why don't we come up with a phony baloney stunt to say, we'll bring the Bears here?
Did you see the video that they put out?
I didn't. I'm not
Their
interested.
proposal to the Bears. Okay, well,
there's
anyway,
no reason to waste brain space over it.
Well, I was curious to know where this money was coming from, because they said they had $5 billion
that they just found somewhere
just to give, and it would be rent free to the Bears. The Bears wouldn't be in any kind of debt. It wouldn't come out of taxpayers' money. So apparently, the financer behind this whole plan is a gentleman by the name of Lou Weisbach. Weisbach.
I know that name.
The American Centers for Cures, and then also the CEO of In Tickets We Trust. So here's how the plan works. Uses sales from future events and ticket sales to back the funding of construction. So he would give the $5 billion to the city to build the Bears Stadium and this whole complex. Wouldn't cost the taxpayers $1, and it wouldn't cost the Bears $1, but it's all based on selling tickets for future events and concerts. That's where the money comes from.
So borrowing against future dollars to create current dollars.
Yes.
Isn't that kind of a Ponzi scheme? I'm no businessman, but isn't sort of borrowing against the promise of future riches usually something we're taught to immediately run as fast as we can in the opposite direction?
That's why I wanted to ask you about it, because I knew that you weren't involved in understanding it or hearing it, but I wanted to know where this $5 billion was coming from that wouldn't cost anyone anything. To me, it doesn't sound like a very secure
stable
process. Yes, to generate $5 billion unless he's got $5 billion from previous ticket sales and event sales that he's just willing to fork over, which doesn't sound that way, but it doesn't sound very secure, stable, realistic in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong because I'm not much of a business guy myself.
Wait, this is the actual plan? That's
the plan he's come up with, or that's what he's done before, I guess. It's called In Tickets We Trust. And so it's about
why do I know the name Lou Weisbach?
It's about putting money towards construction projects based on the sale of tickets for future events and concerts.
Was it Halo Advertising where he worked? I think it was.
I know. The only thing that I saw accredited to him were the American Centers for Cures and In Tickets We Trust.
Okay.
So it wouldn't cost the taxpayers $1. It would be completely free to the Bears. It's all generated by selling tickets to future events and concerts. And then we get $5 billion and you get to give it to Portage and they build the Bears whatever they want.
It's an interesting use of $5 billion that he just would have that earmarked for Portage, Indiana's romance of the Bears.
Yeah.
You'd think that somebody, I don't know, especially somebody who has apparently dedicated much of his life to curing diseases. The American Centers for Cures is something else that he's done, that maybe that money would be better served directed to those worthwhile ends in his portfolio.
Yeah, I don't know. It just when I heard that that's the process of where the money comes from, it didn't sound like a very good idea.
No, I'm no business expert, but
Correct.
the concept that was sort of repeated to me multiple times. There's no such thing as a free lunch. When I would come running in with a coupon or something I heard on a commercial, or somebody said, "Hey, look at this, we can get this, we can get this." And it was always explained to me why such things that always sound to be spectacular are rarely what they are when you initially hear about them.
That's kind of how I felt hearing this plan.
Okay.
Again,
All right, so you're telling me Halas Harbor is a pipe dream?
That's what I think. And I don't think the Bears are leaving the state of Illinois. I was just curious to know where this $5 billion was coming from that wouldn't cost the Bears a thing. It wouldn't cost the taxpayers $1. Was curious to know the process, and that's the process. And if you like that process, then go for it. If you're not much of a fan or think it doesn't sound very stable or realistic, then that's kind of how I feel about it too.
Okay, because apparently Lou Weisbach did something similar, talking about raising $750 billion for the American Center for Cures.
Okay.
He wanted the U.S. Department of the Treasury to issue bonds for $750 billion. And then he was going to hire CEOs, one for each disease, with government-funded... I don't know. I don't really understand this. With the right leadership, the right command and division, we got all these years of preparation. We've never connected the pieces, the people with responsibility and accountability we're bringing to the table. Anything can happen here. Anything can be done. He said, we're taking it to the White House. I know a lot of people close to the president. We'll get to the president. The president looks at things in a certain way. As we all get older,
I'm out even further. I'm getting further away now.
We look at the way we look at things, and the way he looks at things. He views himself as a great problem solver.
All right,
he's
I'm
somebody
definitely not interested.
He's somebody that can do things nobody else could have ever done. We're going to give him the tools to get it done.
All right,
and he says it's actually quite simple. The concept of as a business model to prevent or cure people from getting sick.
Drink bleach.
We put together a bipartisan
stick a light bulb up your
bill.
ass. Wasn't that the other plans?
And it was horse tranquilizers, right?
To cure COVID, you just stick a fluorescent light bulb up your ass while drinking bleach.
Each disease has a CEO within a 6-year time frame. Prevent or cure that disease.
All right. Well, that all sounds great and everything. I'm just curious about the Bears and where the $5 billion was coming from, and it was from ticket sales.
All right.
I mean, maybe they could just do like a 50-50 raffle. I don't know, around the country and raise money for the Bears. I don't know, but that's the process. That's the plan, and I'm just not interested. I'm going to hang the sign. Not interested.
Okay, I'm just going to say, yeah. I'm if this is where people are waiting in line to come to me and pitch me deals, I'm going to table this one. I'm going to say thanks so much. And the next time you have one, you're going to be lower priority.
You're not going to get into the room. All right, ESPN, they made some of their football experts do some picks, and I know how much you love these early picks when you're making lists.
Yeah, I did. Did I see correctly? Is this the one that included Matt Bowen?
That is correct. And so there are 3 areas I want to highlight here. So they had 11 of their football experts make Super Bowl picks for 61. MVP picks for the 2026 season, and then other bold predictions. So there's 3 I wanted to highlight, Matt Bowen being one of them. What is your early Super Bowl 61 pick? And Matt Bowen says the Bears over the Bills. Chicago needs to address the pass rusher issue, but the foundational players are there on offense under Coach Ben Johnson. With quarterback Caleb Williams' playmaking ability, the Bears will beat Josh Allen and Joe Brady's Bills to win Super Bowl 61.
All right.
Okay.
So good to know.
One area right there. That's Matt Bowen has the Bears over the Buffalo Bills. We go to MVP fix and Dan Graziano.
Okay.
His MVP pick for 2026.
Let me guess. Caleb Williams.
I see the arrow pointing up for Williams with Ben Johnson and a Bears team that arrived well ahead of schedule. Williams has the fourth quarter clutch gene, and even if the Bears fix their defense to where he doesn't need as many clutch performances.
Add him to the team, by the way.
Who?
Clutch Gene.
Oh, all right, let me jot it down. So
Come on. We have to keep a spot on the roster. It's time. Coach, put me in. Put me in. Not yet, Gene. Not yet.
We're all counting on you, Gene.
on my signal, unleash hell.
Here goes
Gene. Gene, right. Go. Get in there.
So he feels that Williams, if they fix the defense, won't need as many clutch performances or clutch cargo. He should have plenty of opportunities to showcase his abilities in a tough NFC North. All right.
Okay.
And then one last one. So this is bold predictions here. And this is Field Yates. And here's what he says. As you get down to the bottom. All right. Hang on. Here we go.
I'm hanging. I'm right. I have nowhere to be. I'm not going anywhere.
There we go.
I'm
all right.
Good.
So his prediction for Caleb Williams will become an All-Pro. There was a ton of good in Williams' second pro season, but still much for room for growth. Williams' completion percentage will be the area that most point to, and I am bullish that number will improve dramatically next season. The Bears' offense should return mostly intact in 2026, and the familiarity with the will be instrumental in their franchise quarterback's development. So we have Caleb Williams as an MVP,
okay,
as an All-Pro, and as a quarterback winning as a quarterback winning the Super Bowl in 2026.
It's fun to think about, and
it is certainly fun to think about.
And this is the august panel of ESPN experts, and especially this time of year, they wouldn't be doing anything just to have us talking about it and getting us excited.
No, they certainly wouldn't. But I, as someone who does the daily football podcast, certainly do appreciate all the content that
Happy
they
are.
Keep making lists because I love reading lists.
I know you do. And this is a time of year where if you have a thought on something, we're talking about it.
You can share it. Like this list, Dan, from NFL.com.
Yes!
And this is Nick shook. So he looked at
what did he do?
He shook.
Okay.
All night long.
Yeah, you shook me.
So he looked at every quarterback of the 2026 season, and he ranked them. And if you started a game, you got on his list. So all I want to do is look at the top 20 because I don't want to go through all 63. But he breaks them.
Once you get past 20, it's probably a little dicey.
It gets a little dicey.
Yeah.
Especially since I thought where some of these quarterbacks landed. But he broke them into tiers. So tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. And these are the top 20. And this are the top 20 or the top tier quarterbacks.
Wait, you can't do this without giving me the criteria. Give me the grading rubric.
They started a game this past season.
But that's No, that's the qualification.
Okay,
It's not
yeah,
the
that's all there was to it, dude.
But how? Okay, rated into tiers based on what?
Their performance as a quarterback. I don't know why you'd make this so complicated.
Just how good Link Shook thinks they were or are?
Nick
Shook.
Who's Link?
I don't know. I thought you said Link Shook. Nick
What
Shook?
he did? Is he okay?
I don't know. I hope he's all right.
All right. So these are just the performances of the quarterbacks in order, top to bottom.
Okay.
All right.
Give it to me, Nick.
Stop asking questions.
I can't.
Well, this is about lists, not questions.
I have a list of questions. Aha! See?
This list. I'm always making a list.
What if I present my questions
all the time
as a list?
No, you can't. We're not doing that. Let me see your list of questions. What is that?
It's a list of questions. Wait,
it looks like a menu. Is that a
did I
menu?
just knock my light out?
Oh, yeah, I say your light went out earlier too.
Did
It
it?
got real dark. Now it's back on. You're good.
Okay. This is Beth's. I took it out of her office.
What is it?
It's a ring light.
Oh, it is. Oh.
Yeah,
for,
there's different settings on it. Hold on, let me see.
for like social
Wait, hold
media
on.
posts,
I don't know.
for selfies.
There's that. There's that. There's that. There's that. Now it's getting darker. I don't want.
Yeah, it's getting darker.
Oh, now it's weird and blue.
Oh yeah, like a blue
All right,
light.
I turned it off. Hold on. I think I fucked it up. Wait, I like the yellow.
Is it like a
one.
black light?
It makes me look black.
See what's all over your shirt.
Yeah, just keep it away from the White Sox. If it's a black light, and then just make sure that. Meanwhile, can I just say this? I know it's a football podcast, but the White Sox don't know who's black, and they don't know the handedness of the players for whom they trade.
Yeah, 4 times did he make the mistake?
Sorry, it's just. And they can't spell the name of their new first baseman.
Right, it's very White Sox.
It's so
But
funny.
they have a bidet though, so they got that going for them.
They don't know how to use it, I'm sure.
Right.
Is Frank Thomas black? We don't know. Is this guy a righty, lefty switch here? I don't know.
He's both.
We're not sure.
Even
Why
though
does
he's not.
why does the toilet have a fountain in it? Well, I don't know.
No, why is there a water fountain where the toilet should be? That's called a bidet.
We're not
That's
sure.
not a bidet. That's a fountain.
We don't really know much of anything.
I think they put like a garden hose in the bathroom, and
They
they're
have
just
a
like,
guy.
Here you go.
They have a
Here
guy
you
there
go.
to spray.
They'll hose you down when you're done
Murakami's
pooping.
ass crack. They've got a special assistant there just holding a hose with his thumb over it. What's Japanese for bend over?
He's got big rain boots on. He looks like the Gorton's fisherman.
It's the Sodfather.
Bend over. I'll wash your crack.
Roger Bossard is there with the giant hose.
But it's not like a fire hose, though. He's not.
It's pretty close.
Not ripping his skin off. It's just a little
Murakami
garden hose.
comes in there and he's like, he's got the black raincoat on, like he's on Maid of the Mist at Niagara Falls.
And they couldn't afford the little handle, so it's the end of the hose, and he puts his thumb over it. No, and just to open it up. And
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
all right, here's the top-rated quarterbacks. You ready?
No.
Tier 1, Matthew
Tier
Stafford.
one.
Yep, these
Okay.
are in order. Matthew Stafford,
Hey,
Josh Allen,
wait. Stafford, Allen.
Prescott,
Okay.
Drake May, Justin Herbert,
Mm.
and Trevor Lawrence.
Herbert and T-Law.
That concludes your tier 1.
All right. So, and that's just based on last year's performance. It's not not next year, not any of that.
Not next year, just last year. So all regular season and playoff games too. all
So
included.
Lamar Jackson gets docked just because he was hurt.
I guess,
Wasn't as productive.
Wasn't as productive. So we go to tier 2, where we see Sam Darnold, Caleb Williams,
Okay.
Jared Goff,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, Patrick Mahomes.
That's tall timber for Daniel Jones.
Yes, it is. Which is why I wanted to bring it up based on our conversation yesterday. As a free agent, if he's not tagged, would you want him as a starter on your hypothetical team?
Not until I know how he recovers from his injury.
Yeah. And then tier 3, this was interesting. I thought he had Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, Jalen Hurts, and CJ Stroud. And that's your top 20.
That sounds about right. I don't have any immediate objections.
Yeah, like you, the only thing that stood out to me was the Daniel Jones. And then and Patrick Mahomes, I get where his season was, but to have him down at the bottom of tier 2.
Well, and maybe this is a decent discussion for another time. But I have to keep reminding myself about what I said about Caleb Williams, and that is the way he has made statistics almost useless in
Yes.
understanding his value and his performance.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, he's blown up the statistical models we use for quarterbacks because so much of what he does is not measurable. And I've got to hold myself to that. And I want you to just keep reminding me when we talk about these stats and these stats and these stats. I'm not going to stop using stats, obviously, but that there is, and maybe there's a lesson to be learned about quarterbacking in general, that what we define now as great quarterbacking in some ways is inherently transcendent beyond the stats that we've been using.
Yep. No, I agree with that. And the way and what on how Caleb Williams has impacted that thought process.
Which is good for us. And
Yes.
maybe for him to exist in the way that he does is a reminder to say, you can't, your simple tools can't measure me.
And his impact on a game. And so, but what happens too when he does reach that level where people are actually impressed with the statistical aspect of what he does?
I'm not saying it's not possible
Right.
or probable,
Correct.
but at the moment, I mean, eventually one will be reflected in the other in some way. But even what we know now and what we concluded was that clearly the mainstream statistics or the ability to use what's at our disposal, maybe they exist, and maybe a lot of this is in when we talk about yards above average or expected points added, and it is on us. The onus is on us to have a better understanding of some of these more advanced metrics that maybe a smarter person could make a case that say these do reflect what he does and how good he is. I just got to be more open to it.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. One other thing I found on social media, I came across this yesterday, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, but I saw it on X or Twitter, whatever it is. PFSN.
I guess the first two letters stand for pro football.
Yeah. So if you go to their website is profootballnetwork.com.
Okay.
And they have the highest graded NFL rookies at every position in 2025 per PFSN's impact metrics. You can go to their website and you can learn more about it. But I wanted to share that list of rookies with you by position. Also, too, it's really cool on their website. They have a draft simulator that you can play around with. It's really fun. I got trapped in it today for about 20 minutes this morning going through the draft simulator. But it's profootballnetwork.com. And these are the highest graded NFL rookies at every position. PFSN's impact metrics. At quarterback, with a grade of 76.5, is the Giants' Jackson Dart. So he was the highest graded quarterback as a rookie for PFSN.
Okay.
At running back,
do they talk about their methodology at all?
Yeah, if you go to their website and do it. Obviously,
all right, because I'm just looking at them about
yeah.
us. It says ethics and standards, and they make it sound good.
Yeah,
where the trust is paramount, journalistic principles of factual accuracy, disclosing corrections and event an error is made, multi-sourcing, transparent attributions, content free from explicit, implicit bias. All right.
Yeah, it's good stuff. You can learn more about them at profootballnetwork.com. So they have Jackson Dart as the quarterback at a rating of 67.2. Running back, Kyle Monangai from the Chicago Bears. Highest graded rookie running back. The highest graded rookie wide receiver with an 83.8. Luther Burden.
Yes.
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I saw an incredible stat on yards above expectation for a passing offense with him on the field.
Yes.
He doesn't even have to catch the ball. It was something measuring just how you affect the success of the unit by being on there in a play. And in some way, it's an abstract way of showing the attention you may draw that allows others to succeed. And he rated very highly on that. I mean, with everything I see and hear, eye test and stats test, more of Luther Burden III.
He's going to be a superstar. Absolutely. And I love that his grade was 83 too. The highest rated tight end, according to PFSN, with a grade of, again, 83.1.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Colston Loveland.
Colston Loveland of the Chicago Bears, correct. Their highest graded interior offensive lineman from Dallas with a grade of 88.4 is Tyler Booker.
Okay.
Highest graded rookie offensive tackle from the New Orleans Saints with a grade of 83.2, Kelvin Banks Jr. The highest graded defensive tackle at 79.2 from Cleveland, Mason Graham, which, I mean, he really met a lot of those expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy that had high expectations and met them, edge rusher from the Giants at 84.1, Abdul Carter. Linebacker from Cleveland, Carson Schlesinger, with a grade of 86.3. The highest graded cornerback from Tennessee with a grade of 80.1, Marcus Harris. And at safety with a grade of 86, Atlanta safety Xavier Watts.
All right. Well, that's high praise and high ratings. It's not exactly praise if they're saying that is objective metric values, but they obviously have some editorial work in how they create those stats. But yeah, that's good draft, Bears.
Yeah, Kyle Monangai, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, which we've talked about so much during the season, and talking about this week too when it comes to the draft and the importance looking at contracts and how that all plays out. Got to repeat this. You know, and I know it's a tall tale to ask, but the amount of impact. Oh, and overall, PFSN gave the Bears the highest grade for the rookie class overall. They were graded the highest overall.
Well, I would think they should be.
Yeah,
you got three number ones.
More contributors than just those three. But the importance of being able to do this again and run it back again to get guys that are impactful, because we talked about yesterday what is going to happen to your world and how it changes when you're paying Caleb Williams, and you're going to pay Caleb Williams. And we looked at the numbers of Kyler Murray and Tua and how those impact a salary cap structure for a professional football team. So yeah, go after the draft and do this again. There was two guys. So we know the combine starts next Monday, I think. Is it next Monday? I think that's
Monday or Tuesday, right? Yeah, I think so.
Monday or Tuesday. So I was going through and looking at the list of guys that are invited to the combine, and I want to just kind of keep a running list of guys to keep an eye on. And so I started first. I wanted to look at two positions. One was running back, and one was edge rusher. And I deliberately wanted to go not top draft guys. I wasn't looking at guys that maybe are first or second or third round picks, but looking at mid round or even like day 3 guys. So there's two names that I have written down that I want to keep an eye on, and I'm going to add more as we go through. From Indiana, the running back Roman Hemby, who's projected as a mid round guy.
Roman Hemby.
So the ability to make explosive plays. What I really like about his attributes too is really soft hands they talk about, and being able to catch balls out of the backfield. And the biggest weakness that I saw in looking at him online is the ability in pass protection. And I just feel like with the right coaching and a guy who's motivated, that's something that I think you can teach. If a guy's willing to learn what the defensive schemes are, what the calls are, where to be in the right place, I think you can teach that. That to me is not a deficiency of a guy coming out of college that is an obstacle or a roadblock for me. I think that's something that you can teach and learn if you have the right coaches in place with the right guy. But Roman Hemby is a guy to keep an eye on. And then this is a day 3 guy that's rated really high athletically. His greatest skill is getting to the quarterback, and it's from UCF, and it's Malachi Lawrence.
All right, good name.
Edge rusher. Big body, like I think 6'6", 250. But his greatest attributes are getting to the quarterback, being able to utilize his athleticism and his speed, even being able to move him around a little bit on the line. But he's a guy to look at as a day 3 guy. So just two names right now to keep an eye on for the combine. We'll add more as we go through it. But again, want to look at value guys and guys that might be lower rounds for the Bears to keep an eye on that would fit a need they have now.
Yeah, if you look at, and I would love to go back and see what was being said about somebody like Monangai. A lot of times we learn after the fact, which is why I save all of the old draft guides, and whether it's been Joel Buxbaum or Dane Brugler or it was Nolan Naraki or any of the other. I love to go back and look and see. And we know what was said about Monangai: tough, smart, doesn't fumble, undersized, and slow. And I don't know if any of those things are necessarily wrong, but it just means that that being able to know it when you see it is different than know it when you read it.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that all somebody like Ben Johnson can do, or Dennis Allen, is know what they want. And the key then is communicating that to your scouting staff. You need to say this. I want people ranked based on these traits. And in a lot of organizations, you have a deep-seated scouting department. You have people who've been there a long time. Oftentimes, your rank and file scouts have worked for multiple bosses. And there is a way of objectively examining players. What I think we're learning now, based on what we've talked about looking at the Seahawks and the number of players who were let go or given up on by other teams, the Patriots, the number of players like, look, bad fit here, bad fit there. It is that ability to subjectively scout, not just say, well, these are the combine numbers, and these are what scouting services say about the usual things. It may be the unusual things. And I think having an organization that's got a proprietary set of criteria, says we look for this from this position, we look for this from that position. That's stuff you don't usually hear about until after the fact, until after a team's won multiple titles, whether it's the Spurs or whether it's another team that says, look, other teams, these are things we scout for, and they don't want you, because that's valuable stuff, which is why you don't hear about it.
Right.
You hear about it later. And I'm really interested to know how Ben Johnson has changed the way, if Ben Johnson has changed the way, say, throw out every what you've looked at before. I need a tight end that does this specifically. I want to see how his left hip opens up when he's on this side, how his right, like sometimes it gets that specific. And that's when it gets exciting, is when your team's better at that. And if you're telling me that some of this stuff and some of these indications give us optimism that for the first time in forever, maybe that they've got something going on that other teams don't, that's real reason for optimism.
Yeah, when you brought up Kyle Monangai too, I'm not going to say that he's fast, but I don't think Monangai's slow though either.
I think he's chased down slow. He looks like he's moving quickly.
Okay.
Because he's smaller.
Because I was more impressed with the speed that I saw on the field than what I thought he had. I'm not saying he's fast, but he's faster than I thought he was going to be. Yeah,
I think part of it is in between which gears you're fast. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's got open it up and run away from guys in the open field speed. I do think in the same way where we looked at David Montgomery, where second gear to third gear, he's pretty good. Mm-hmm. He can get through a hole and through the next level, but he's not Bijan Robinson.
Right.
He's not Kenneth Walker. He's not Saquon Barkley, or what Saquon Barkley was, the idea of or Ashton Genty even, given the tiniest opening, goodbye. Like that's not, he's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Right, but it's that final gear, which he doesn't possess, and I didn't think he did either, but he's also faster than I thought he was going to be. That's, I guess, maybe getting from first to third is probably a little quicker than I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, which is great.
I mean, I didn't really think much other than looking at a very productive college career and the fact that you can find running backs. He's a guy they found.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all I got.
Okay, well, that's okay. I think that's. I'm not going to say. Damn it! You need more. You got to show me more. I love this idea. I'm going to spend the rest of my day. Down? Which guys? Roman Hemby.
Yeah, and Malachi Lawrence to take a peek at. You can look more about them.
I will. I'm going to spend. I figured out what I'm going to do. I think it's nice out. I may take a walk. I know we've got a meeting at 2:30. I think, right?
Yeah,
I think
we do.
And then I think I'm going to find ways to borrow against all kinds of made up future income to create $5 billion.
Yeah. What are you going to do with it? You're going to give it to the Bears to build a stadium? Because
No.
I would keep it if I were you.
I think. What do I always say? What do I always say that if I won Powerball, what would I change? What would I do?
More dessert.
No.
You wouldn't change anything.
I would travel.
Underpants.
I would fly first class or private.
Travel. Yep.
And I would eat way more delivery Chinese food.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That is like my expensive, my splurge, my guilty pleasure is either House of Wasun, because which on Irving Park.
Yeah.
It's in the old Golden Nugget. They took it over and
oh yeah.
It's right. It's like Irving Park in Sacramento or something around there. They used to be here on Lincoln, and that's my go-to because I mean every simple thing is awesome, and their barbecue pork chow fun is no one else does it like they do.
It's a lot of fun.
It's chow fun, and the other place is right near me, right around the corner here, across from Lane Tech, is a little strip mall storefront. And you would drive past it a million times, and it's called Number One Chop Suey.
Are they number one?
It's like the worst name ever, and I've never had their chop suey, but their roasted Cantonese duck.
Oh yeah, that's where you get the duck from. Yeah,
that's where I get the duck because Wasun does not do duck. There is, interestingly enough, a place on Broadway called Sun Wah, not Wasun. Sun Wah does famous duck. And I have not had it yet, but everyone gets mad at me. Like, you're saying it wrong. It's Sun Wah, not Wah Sun. No, I know of that place. I have not been there yet. I will go there, I promise. But yeah, that's what I would do more. If I had that $5 billion that I could create from made up sales of things that don't exist.
So travel more and then eat more.
Travel more and travel well.
Yeah.
And more Chinese food.
I would do that. I would substitute Chinese food. Not that I don't love it, because I do. Maybe that'd be second or third on the list. I would do pizza.
You'd order more pizza?
I could eat pizza for every meal.
I know.
Of every day.
I know you could. And actually that we should tell potential sponsors that you would be absolutely willing to do that.
Whatever they want. They want me to eat pizza 3 times a day. Done.
All right.
I could do that. All right, let's make people really hungry before we say goodbye. You're ordering Chinese right now for takeaway. What's your go-to order?
Ooh,
don't give me don't not location, not restaurant. Just what's your order?
How hungry am I? Like other people around are like we're getting it for the table and we get a little bit of everything.
No, just getting it for you. What are you going to order? And I'll tell you what I would order.
Well, it depends. If I'm ordering from my regular at House of Wasun is different than my regular order somewhere else.
All right, let's go Wasun then.
Okay, at Wasun,
what's your order?
I would get, if Beth is eating with me, she'll always share the Szechuan eggplant.
Okay.
So I'll definitely get Szechuan eggplant. I will definitely get their chow fun with the slabs of that fatty barbecue pork.
Okay.
So barbecue pork chow fun. Then I would get a small hot and sour soup. And also probably because they make their own mustard there, I'll usually get an egg roll or 2. Just because I love things to dip in the combination of the sweet and sour and that awesome hot mustard.
All right, so there's a place in Libertyville, Hunan Palace, is where it's my regular go-to order.
Mm-hmm.
So I do pot stickers.
Okay.
And I like them pan fried. I don't like them steamed.
Okay. Well, yeah, steamed, they're not pot stickers. They're steamed dumplings.
Yeah, but
pot stickers means fried.
Yeah, I know, but they still call them pot stickers.
Not if they're steamed. Steamed dumplings and pot stickers are different things.
I understand that, but on their menus for like dumb white guys like us, that's what they do. So just relax. So pot stickers, egg roll, always get egg roll, and I do the mustard and sweet and sour.
As do I.
Okay,
But the sweet and sour, I don't like the ketchup based. I like not the red stuff. I like the sweet and sour.
Yeah,
it's like apricot. It's the orange
like
stuff in the package.
orange. Yes, and then egg drop soup, and then I do a Mongolian beef, which I love. I love Mongolian beef.
Yep, the scallion and it's a little sweeter, but it's
I love it.
Spicy
I love it.
and
It's
scallion.
so good. All right, so now I'm really hungry. Hopefully, listeners are hungry too.
And I will say this though, but you didn't ask me if I do number one chop suey. What I do there is the Cantonese roast duck and shrimp toast.
Oh,
I
is it just what it
love.
says?
Have you ever had shrimp? It's a Chinese American. It's a piece of crustless bread.
Okay.
That is smeared with a paste, a shrimp paste.
Okay.
Like a seasoned shrimp paste that is glopped over the top. And then the entire thing is lightly floured and deep fried.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh,
that's good stuff. And then just eat it like that, or do you add more dip?
Mustard and sweet and sour.
Mustard and sweet and sour.
And maybe a little bit of soy, maybe a little bit of like sweetened soy, whatever they got. Shrimp toast is, and Wasun doesn't do a shrimp toast. Number one chop suey does a shrimp toast. And I remember that from Yulin's in Highland Park. And that just makes me feel like I'm 8 years old at a big round table with family, and I get all of these fabulous like comfort food memories.
Nice. All right, very good. All right, now that you're hungry, we'll let you go on your day and wait for dinner now. Oh, I didn't mean you. I meant the listeners.
I got another 7 hours before dinner. I got to wait 7 hours.
What time is it?
It's 12:30.
All right.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
I got to work out, and so I've got a full exercise. I might go take a walk.
You should take a walk.
I think I got to do Chinese now.
Yeah, 100%.
You fucking 100%. Bastard.
That was the point. Yes.
You just cost me $50.
Yes, I did. Because you haven't made your $5 billion
that's
yet
right.
on ticket sales.
We'll take it out of my $5 billion that I'm going to raise by the evening, and I'm not going to give it to the Bears.
When you call an order, see if they'll let you pay in the future.
Yes. Hey, how are you? You know me. I call all the time. I've got all this money coming from future ticket sales. Will you give me a little bit of chow fun and or some shrimp toast?
Like, I'll gladly pay you by next Tuesday.
For a hamburger today.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do it for Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears.
Keep going. Just talk over it. You can talk over it. You talk over everything else.
No.
Forward Progress.
Jerk.
A Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abaticola on 312 Sports.
No, anything else. Penis. No. And you were a jerk on text last night too.
How was I a jerk on text?
Because I'll show you.
Oh, you didn't like my passive aggressive answer?
Well, that's why I gave
bastard.
That's why I gave it the heart emoji.
Yeah, I know. I was like, jag off.
Well, no, because you were like, it will be posted just like it always is.
Yes, no need to ask.
And I was like, okay, love you too.
I saw your heart emoji.
Dick whip
off.
Well, yeah, you were being a passive aggressive wiener.
100%.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I happily admit that. It was so obvious.
Yeah, you're like, don't bug me with this shit.
Are you going to post this? Well, no, I'm not going to post things like I have in the last 6 months. Jerk off. And then you respond. I'm like, all right, what did this asshole respond with? Oh, the heart emoji. What a dickhead.
All right, that's going to do it. Goodbye.
Forward progress has stopped.
You did that already. I'm talking over it.
Why? Stop doing that, Steve.
Talking
every
over
time.
it.
Bye.
Forward Progress. A Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abaticola on 312 Sports.